Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Trish, and you're at Trish's Creative Treasures. How are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all having a great day, evening, early morning, middle of the night, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. I hope you're feeling great, and I hope you're happy, and you're healthy, and you're doing well. But since I have not done a get to know me, I figured since I haven't done that since my very first video, even though I blah 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 and you really get to know me because I'm not afraid to share my secrets of myself. I have nothing to hide. But I figured I would do another reintroduction of myself and get to know me because I have so many new subscribers. So thank you so much for coming on over and joining my yarny family, my crafty family, I said in another video I'm going to come up with a nickname, and the only thing I can think of at the same time is that I'm Trish's Creative Treasures. So when I think of treasures, I think of pirates, and I think of I'm matey, so you're my mateys, yeah. I don't know, haven't decided whether they're gonna roll with that or not, but I gotta get a nickname for you. But okay, as you know, my name is Trish. I'm 48 years old and I live in Pennsylvania. I have lived in Pennsylvania my whole entire life. I have moved around Pennsylvania a few times growing up. When I was born to the age of 5, we lived in the town of Elizabethtown, which is about 10 15 minutes to Hershey. So yes, during the summer we had seasonal passes, at that time, and we went to Hershey Park all the time. Almost every night my mom and my mom's brother would take me, my brother, and my sister, and we would do Hershey Park and enjoy it. After we moved from Hershey, we went to York, Pennsylvania. So I stayed there till we were about 10. And then we moved to a little town called Berrysburg, which is like in the Gratz area. It's a little bump in the wall, like you blink and you've missed it, one of them. And we stayed there till 4 days before my 15th birthday, and we moved here to where I live now, which is Hamburg, Pennsylvania. And we stayed there. I've been here ever since. My parents have stayed here. My sister had lived in York. She stayed in York when we moved to Gratz, and then she moved, and she has a house, actually she's my dad's. He's got to walk across the backyard, and she's his neighbor. So they are close to me. It's about a 5-minute, 10-minute if you get stuck with the lights, who knows. 5-10 minute drive to my dad's and my sister's house. And my brother, his wife, and my nieces, they live in the next town up going north, which is Schuylkill County. So my family, we're all here. My older 2 daughters, Odessa and Kira. I have 4 children. So I have 3 daughters from my first marriage, and they're all legal adults. Odessa's 27. Let me see. She'll be 28 on the 24th of this month. Yeah, because I'm 48 and I was 20 when I had her. So, yes, she'll be 28, and then Kira will be 26. But, where was I going with that? What did I say? This is horrible because, as you've heard me before, I have the world's worst horrible nightmare. But Odessa, Kira, Tiana. Oh, my first marriage, yeah. I've been married 3 times. I'm still legally married to Draken's father, but he wanted the divorce, so he can have it. And whatever I was talking about that I was talking about my daughters may come back to me. We'll see. Things pop back in my head 10 minutes later, oh yeah, now I remember what. But yes, I have 3 beautiful daughters from my first husband, and I have a gorgeous son, Draken. Draken is 12, and
why so. Why are you on my age?
Because I can. He is it's just him and I here until we get a house with Jim, and then we all move in together with Jim's daughter Raven and her boyfriend Christian, and her boyfriend Brandon, and right now our nephew Christian lives with Jim. So don't know, we've been searching for a house and just have not found what we are wanting yet, because as soon as a house came on the market, if you were not ready right then and there to, without even going to look at it to say, I'll buy that house, you weren't going to get the opportunity. I don't know if that's where it's been, the way it's been all over, but that's the way it's been in our area. It's a very growing area here. But anyways, that's not to do about me. I love music. I love to sing. I played piano all my life. It's been years since I sat at my piano. And I feel like, oh my God, when I go to sit and play and I'm like, how can I not do this? Like, I used to be able to just sit down. I didn't even need music. I didn't need to practice. My dad was a pastor and a police officer, but I played piano. When I used to go to church, when I lived with them, because that was their role, I could be 50 years old and had to live with them, and they would still say, you live with us, you're going to church. As my dad calls me, an atheist, because I'm not an atheist. I am a pagan. I am a more eclectic witch, where I take parts of different kinds of witchcraft and I mold them into a way that works for me. So yeah, at Christmas time, my dad gave me an ornament of baby Jesus in a manger and said, here, it's an ornament for you, you atheist. Put it on your tree. And I just laughed at him, because he's not being rude. That's my dad's sense of humor. Like, he's very dry, and his sense of humor, to somebody that don't know him, you would think he's being very rude and ignorant, and sometimes he is just downright rude and ignorant, but that's just the way he is. But anyways, I love to crochet. I love to work and make jewelry. I love to sew, although I'm just a beginner sewer, and pretty much the only thing I can make are bags and curtains, and I can make pillowcases, and I can make tablecloths. I do want to venture and learn how to make clothing and a bunch of other stuff. I just want to be able to create, and the sewing machine is so much fun. I'm just started to learn to knit. Let me think. As far as music goes, in high school, I played the flute, I played the French horn, and then with learning the French horn, I was able to play the trumpet, the trombone, all those. Once you learn one brass, it's kind of like very much similar to each other. I did all the musicals, I did the plays, I was in chorus, I was in band, I was in marching band. My senior year, we did Hello Dolly, and I was Dolly for our senior musical. So that was a challenge and a half, and that's what made me decide that I was not going to go to college for music, because I was just like, yeah, this isn't as fun as what it seems. I was just having to memorize and learn all those roles and learn their dancing and learn, Hello Dolly was a big role, because you were in almost every scene that there is, and it's just a lot to learn. Because I was torn between, do I want to go into cosmetology? Do I want to go into music? Cosmetology, music. I chose cosmetology. After I graduated June 19th, 1992, and June 23rd, I was on a plane with my exchange student from Monterrey, Mexico, and I had tickets. That was my graduation gift from my parents, were the tickets to go to Mexico, and I stayed from when we left June 23rd, sometime June 23rd, June 24th. I don't even know what the date was when we got there, and I didn't go home until sometime in September, right before I had to go to beauty school. But I spent that summer. It was awesome. You're a teenager in the States. Teenagers aren't allowed to drink. And there were 7-Elevens everywhere. And you could walk into a 7-Eleven and you could buy whatever alcohol you wanted. I was like, ho, 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 ho. You know, I drank so much when I was down there. I can't stand the smell, the thought, the tequila. Nope. They would come up. They had these different restaurants. I mean, there was one called Senor Frogs. I don't know if people have gone to Mexico, have been in a Senor Frogs, but it was kind of like a restaurant, but a party place at the same time. And I remember the one in Monterey where we went most of the time. There was this, I guess, short people, midget. I don't know the proper words, but I've always just said midget. That was dressed like an Arabian kind of suit. And I remember Elizabeth's brother Jorge, he thought it was just so funny to get, he ordered me shots, and they called them Muppets. And what it was tequila and Sprite. And they would come, and the midget would grab your head and pull it back, and someone else would bang you. You put a rag over the shot, and you banged it on the table 3 times, and quick remove the rag and put it in your mouth, and it like exploded and would come out your nose. Oh, they kept getting me with them that night, and I threw up so many times till I got home between the food and the pina coladas, the Muppets, whatever else I was drinking. I don't know, but I stayed with them for half the time, and then we went on vacation before I went to go stay with the other. My junior senior year, we had Mexican exchange students, 2 girls, and it ended up that they were both from Monterrey, and they lived about a mile, 2 miles apart from each other, but they never knew each other. That was, but then, so the first family was Elizabeth's, and I had such a great time with them. I had a great time with both of them. I got to know their families and enjoy them. And we went to Manzanillo, to this place called Club Maeva. And it was like all the condos were like on this hill that, you drove up, and it just got steeper and steeper. So you could drive up, you could drive down, but nobody drove up and down just to go down to the resort. We were on the 9th level. It was up there. So yes, you had to walk down, and then there was the pools, there was the cabana bar, there was the beach, there was like the place where music and you could dance. I mean, there was just so much stuff at this place. And I remember we also went on a boat trip, and you could see, or did I do that with Lara's family? Laura, they're both mi hermanas. Yes, they're still like my sisters to me. I stay in touch with Laura. Ever since I've had my surgery and my mother's passed away. She's always, how you doing? How much weight have you lost? Blah, 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 blah. And I get that question, how much weight have I lost? And I can't answer that because I haven't been weighed since June 30th. But I'll be weighed soon. But I know I'm like way over 100 pounds down. But anyways, we took this boat ride, because this is when I was in Club Maeva with them, and we stayed there for 2 weeks, and then they took me to an airport in Guadalajara. Well, no, they took me in wherever they took me to an airport, and I flew to Guadalajara to meet Laura's family, who were getting ready to go to they had their own condo in Puerto Vallarta. So I met them at extended families in Guadalajara, and then we drove to Puerto La Barta. I can't say it now. It's like it left my brain. Puerto La Barta. You know what I mean. So anyways, it'll come to me in 10 minutes, and I'll be able to say the word. Puerto Vallarta. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to go on. They had this nice condo, but it wasn't on the like resorty beach. You had the beach behind you, but you had to wear shoes because it was like coral reefy and fishies, and it wasn't that you just slowly walked and had waves. You were in deep, right from the beginning, so you had to wear like life vests and stuff in there. But we went in there a little bit. I never really jumped in and went in all that way because I I just didn't want to. Like in the shallower areas on the other parts, yeah, I would go in the resort areas, because you could go to the different resorts and go on their beaches. You just had to pay so much per person to get in. But we also took a boat ride from one of the beaches, and oh my gosh, the water was crystal clear blue. Like, I mean, you could see down and see the fishies and stuff. So we went to this like island where the natives lived, and it was weird because they literally had like those grass huts, and like kids were walking around with iguanas on leashes and deer on leashes. You didn't see cats and dogs, but you saw deer and iguanas. But anyways, we walked like so far up the mountain, and there it was like Indiana Jones style, had to walk across a log from one side to the other. Oh, was my heart racing to do that, because like it was just, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. Yeah, but then once you got to the other side, then you were at this beautiful waterfall that had like this, like just, it was like a slide, but it was the rock, you know, the way it just formed. So you could go down and just get into the waterfall. And it was just like this big open space. And it was just gorgeous. I mean, I had so many experiences being in Mexico that I'll never ever get to do again in my life. So yes, I was the one and only time I really got to travel like that, and I probably won't ever get to travel like that again. But yes, it was a wonderful graduation gift. And then I came home into beauty school. I worked at a salon starting at the age of 16, and I was a shampoo girl up until I graduated cosmetology school, because then you got your temporary license. So that temporary license is kind of like your driver's permit. You can drive as long as someone that's licensed is with you. So I could work in a salon and do hair as long as I had a licensed cosmetologist there with me. So I worked there until I got with my first husband, which the only good thing that came out of him was my 3 daughters. He turned out to be Mr. Wonderful at first, but then became Mr. Abuser. He got me fired from my job because he wouldn't stop coming in, and somehow or another money ended up missing, and I worked for her for 4 years, and I'm not a thief, never took a dime from that woman. But she fired me, accusing me of stealing money from her. And I'm like, because I handled the drawer. I took people's money, but I made my own money, you know, like she paid me, I made tips. I didn't need to take her money. And it was her son. She came to me years later at the other salon I started working at, that I was there for 25 years. I'd still be there today if it were not for my health taking a crap. So yes, I worked as a cosmetologist for quite some time. I'm still licensed. I still keep my license because the hope is to eventually get better so I can be on my feet and walk, and I can go back to work, because let me tell you what, I miss my job. I miss my clients. You know, your clients become your friends, and you know, my coworkers, we all had love-hate relationship, you know how it goes. So that leads me up to here. I've been, well, not even up to here, like John, my first husband, like we were together apart, and divorced, and then apart for 5 years. And then stupid me believed he'd change when he's in prison, you know, because he started writing to me and blah, 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 blah. And I had left my second husband. So therefore, when I left my second husband, I wanted to go to John was in prison, and I wanted to go there to just, I had to get how I felt about him off my chest, which was not nice stuff. And I did. I went and well, then he started calling me and started writing me, and well, we rekindled our relationship, and I got back with him, and that's how I got pregnant with my third daughter, who is younger, because my first 2 daughters are 2 years apart, and Tiana and them are 6 years. I think Dessa and Tiana are 6 years, and her and Kira 4. No, it has to be more than that. But anyways, years later, I met Draken's father. We got married, but I had Draken first. I got pregnant shortly after we were seeing each other, and I was with his dad. His dad left me pretty much, so he wanted the divorce. So Draken and I have been us. You know, Tiana moved out, and Des and Kira had moved out, so it's just me and him. I'm with Jim now, which is Draken's dad's cousin. I know, weird, yes, but his wife died on the same day that his father left me, and him and I were just there for each other, you know. We would sit by and just talk and blah, blah, blah. And we got closer than what we had been. Well, here we are, 3 years, May will be 3 years. So 3 years almost later, here we are. One big happy family now, because his family, in between my children, my grandkids, his kids, his grandkids, and you put us all together, we're a family of 20. So yes, it is. I remember like the first like Father's Day we were together, which was like a month after. Like, we kindled up shortly after stuff happened, and everyone was like, that moved fast. But you know, neither one of us expected things to move the way that they did. But I remember just kind of sitting there, because we hadn't let the cat out of the bag about us to any of the kids yet at the time. But I just remember sitting there and like, oh my God, we last, this is going to be family functions. We're going to need a hall just for us, you know. But anyways, I don't know. I've been crocheting since I'm 19. I don't like to read patterns. I like to just look at a picture and try to figure it out from the picture. But I'm going to try to force myself to start using patterns, and hopefully be able to teach other people how to do it at the same time. I don't know. We'll see if I can be able to get it down myself pat enough. Draken, can you please turn that down some more? Because I can hear that over here. Sorry if you can hear his phone. He's on something with his phone. But I still live in Hamburg. And for those that are in the area that hear of Cabela's, I live like 5 minutes from Cabela's. You know, the big woohoo. It's not a big deal to me, but we go up, and I'll go with Jim when we just ride around. I like going upstairs into the houseware department. They've got some really, because I like farmhouse style, or like I have my house like in the black and red checkered, white and black checker, you know. That is like, I'm all about the gingham stuff. So I like going upstairs because they have a lot of neat decoration stuff that I really do like. And I just have to bat my eyes and say, oh, I really like that. And then another day, Jim comes home from work and hands me a bag and says, here, I bought you something. And he got me what I like, because that's just how sweet. He's always thinking of me and always buying me stuff. I love my cats. You watch my videos, you know I absolutely love my cats. We did have 10 cats, but December 23rd, our old man Charles passed away. He was the orange tabby, and he was old and he was sick, and it was his time. And it really broke Draken's heart, because he was Tiana's cat, and when Tiana moved out to be with her boyfriend Dylan, it was kind of like she can't have animals where they live, so we got stuck with Charles, which wasn't a big deal, but I never really had like that close bond with Charles, because after Tiana left, then he started being more with me all the time, and he would sleep with Draken, and Draken and him would snuggle every night. So don't push her. But anyways, Draken was really heartbroken when he passed away, because he was Draken's snuggle buddy at bedtime. So now we have 9, which we have Saphira, Athena, Carlos, and we have Ragna, and Lagatha, Storm, Floki. Am I missing anybody? Oh, and Ziggy. So this is Saphira. She is Ragna, Ziggy, Lagatha, and Floki's mom. Carlos is their daddy. Storm is from their mother, not Saphira. Saphira's mom. Carlos, Saphira, and yeah, I know they have incestual babies. I know I need to get them fixed. I do. It's just we just have so many, and the babies are just so cute. You want to go, don't you? You get tired of me holding you? All right, go ahead. That was my baby. She sleeps with me every night. She'll crawl in between my legs and sleep with me. And Floki likes to go down in the blanket and sleep under me. And a lot of times Ragna's right here, because Ragna has claimed me. I don't know if you guys ever saw Ragna before. She's not going to be happy I'm waking her up. But here is my Rags. Right? You want to say hi to everybody? You're purring. Say hi. This is my Rags. So, I know I did a video on my cats the other week. And you want to go back? Let me get you Storm. Come here, Storm, Storm. Oh, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Storm, come here. Here is, now, don't be grotesque by his eye, because remember he had that bad, Ziggy bit him in the eye and destroyed his eye. So, it's, you can close it. Now, it used to be opened and looked horrible. But this is Storm. He's probably about a good 3-month-old cat. And he's now, the other cats are finally, after all these weeks, accepting him into the clan. Floki, you want to come say hi to everybody, Floki? Come here. Come here. He's getting up. He was sleeping. He's getting up. He hears his name and he always comes. Come here, Flokes. Oh, Trish can push him over to me. Here is, say hi, Floki. Say everybody loves the Floki. Because Floki is the sweetheart. Floki is like, and I think it's from the inbreeding, that he is my little midget cat. He might have like a touch of like a cat downs or something, but he is the sweetest, most loving cat that there is. He just loves to snuggle and sleep and play. He does like to play, but he's funny because he doesn't make any noise. He goes. But the other, he was eating something the other day that I gave him off my plate, and the other cats came in and he protected that. He was like, I'm like, Floki, you make noise. But yes, I do. I love my cats and I love my dog, Acadia. I'm not going to call her over here because she's a freaking horse and she's just going to knock everything down. Right, Katie? I don't know. Let me see. Mind my messy house. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if you can see her right there. She's right behind my walker. You can see her head. She's laying on my recliner there. So that would be Acadia. So, anything else, guys, you would love to know about me, please just ask me. I would love to start doing Q&As with you, like once a month. Like, you ask me questions all through a month, and I keep them written down, and we can do Q&A once a month, and that way you can get to know me and know what you like, and I don't mind sharing things. I'm not shy. And I'm not afraid to say things and share things. I mean, there might be certain things I'd be like, that's too personal. But usually, I don't mind personal things because it is what it is. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll let this go. If there's anything else, like I said, you want to know about me, just please ask. That's all you got to do. Just ask, and I will start to keep a tally of different questions, and we will do Q&As. I think that sounds fun. All right. Until the next one, guys. Love yous. Bye.